I'll give you NFL Week 13 predictions. So starting off with the Black Friday, we have the Raiders versus the Chiefs. Raiders are probably dumpster fire right now, while the Chiefs are contenders. I'm going to take the Chiefs here. Then you have the Colts versus the Patriots. I can see this being an upset game for for the Colts. The Patriots, they have been really bad, but they do have some talented pieces, and with AR, it's really unpredictable. However, I think the um, Jonathan Taylor will get the job done regardless. The Patriots are very bad right now, so I'm going to take the um, Colts. Then you have the Steelers versus the Bengals. Bengals are on a bye, while the Steelers lost against the Browns. Bengals, their offense is really good, their defense is really bad. While the Steelers, I think they're a lot more well-rounded. Hopefully, Russell Wilson can bounce back, but I think that Steelers defense alone should get them the win. So I'm taking the Steelers here. Then you have the Jaguars versus the Texans. Jaguars are probably one of the worst teams right now. Texans are better, but not much better. They're kind of frauds. However, that with CJ Stroud and that Nico back on the offense for the Texans, I gotta take the Texans here. Then you have the Monday night game, the Broncos versus the Browns. Browns are a sneaky team that can upset people. But the Broncos have been playing really well lately. Their defense has been probably one of the best, and their offense has been pretty good. So I'm going to take the Broncos here. You have the Thursday nighter, the Packers versus the Jets. Both these teams are really hot. However, I think Green Bay has a big home field advantage, and the Dolphins don't really play well in cold weather. So I'm going to take the Packers here. I do think that the Packers also have a better defense. I'm going to take the Packers. Then you have Falcons versus the Chargers. I can see this game really going either way. The Chargers coming off a loss, while the Falcons are coming off a bye. Like I said, I can see this game going either way, but I think that home field will be too much, especially on a short week for the Chargers. I'm going to take the Falcons here. Then you have the Jets versus the Seahawks. Jets are a dumpster fire. Their defense has regressed. Their offense is terrible. While the Seahawks, they're inconsistent, but they do have the talent, especially on offense with JSN and Geno coming alive. So I'm going to take the Seahawks here. Then you have the Commanders versus the Titans. The Titans did show some fight last week, but I think the Commanders need this game bad. They're on like 3 game losing streak right now. I think that Commanders offense will get fits. Will take advantage of that Titans defense. That Titans offense really isn't great, so I'm going to take the Commanders here. Then you have a heavyweight battle, the Ravens versus the Eagles. Similar. I can see this game really going either way. Eagles have is hot right now. Their defense has played really well, and second half Eagles offense has played well. While the Ravens, we know they can spark up at any moment. However, I think that secondary for the Ravens is way too much of a weakness for the Ravens. But the Eagles don't really have any glaring weakness. I'm gonna take the Eagles here. Then you have the Bills versus the Niners. The Niners are way too injured right now. The Bills, they're playing the best football, so I'm gonna take the Bills. Then you have the Lions versus the Bears. Bears, they are a frisky team. Their defense is pretty good, and Caleb does have his moments. However, Lions, they're the best team. Their offense and defense is great, so I'm gonna take the Lions. Then you have the Cowboys versus the Giants. Neither of these teams are very good. However, with Tommy DeVito's probably not even going to be playing this game. Giants are terrible. The Cowboys are slightly better, so I'm going to take the Cowboys here. Then you have the Vikings versus the Cardinals. I'm still not certain about that Vikings offense, but that Cardinals defense has not been good. And we saw that Cardinals offense get shut down, and I trust that Minnesota Vikings defense. I'm going to take the Vikings here. Then you have the Saints versus the Rams. Rams, they're coming off a Sunday night loss, and the Saints, they're coming off a bye. Both these teams very mediocre. However, I can't trust that Rams defense. I think their that Saints offense is getting more healthy, so I'm gonna take the Saints here. Then you have the Panthers versus the Bucks. Could be an upset game. Panthers, they have looked better. Bryce Young has looked a lot better, but I think their defense, to me, the Panthers defense is not that good, and that Bucks offense is too good, so I'm gonna take the Bucks here. So there you have them, NFL Week 13 predictions.